All right, everybody. Hey, we are just a week away from daylight savings. Springing forward, that is happening for the upcoming weekend. And we want to talk to you about this. There is some new information, some polling about what Americans think about daylight saving time. It looks like a majority of Americans not looking forward to the change. And in fact, a recent poll found about 30% of Americans don't enjoy changing their clocks, and 60% of people want to eliminate daylight saving time altogether, which some researchers say may be better for our health in the long run. So we have Fox Medical's Dr. Mike joining us to talk about this. We appreciate it so much. Good morning. First of all, I want to ask you, how does springing forward negatively impact our health?
Well, let me count the ways, if you will. All right. So you spring forward, you lose an hour of sleep, and then you're more sleep deprived than you already are. And by the way, most Americans are so sleep deprived that the sleep debt rivals the debt of the country. So what we are doing is putting kerosene on the fire, if you will. So how does this affect everyone? Well, it's going to be darker in the morning when kids are going to school, and there will be more light later on in the day. Now, that may be good if you're a restaurateur and you want to have people at the restaurant, all of that, but that light negatively affects hormones in the brain like melatonin, and that melatonin level goes down, making it harder to go to sleep. So I'm in the category of the 60% that you mentioned. I think we ought to ban it. I think we ought to stay on standard time. And for the most of the year, the sun is up at noon and then it goes down, just like the planet has been doing since the beginning of time. So I think this artificial concocted approach may have worked in World War I, but forget it. And much better to do standard time than daylight savings time, in my humble opinion.
And, you know, there are health experts who would disagree with you and say that having light later in the evening would be better. Why do you disagree with them?
Well, like I just mentioned, it negatively affects things like melatonin, and you have trouble falling asleep. Plus, you have kids who are going to get up and it's darker in the morning. There's a lot of debate about starting school later so the kids get more sleep. Adolescents, teenagers, we're raising kids that are so sleep deprived. And by the way, that goes on chronically. That increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, obesity, diabetes, and even certain forms of cancer. So it's, as I like to say, it's not nice to mess with Mother Nature.
So it seems like there are points on either side of keeping or banning daylight saving time. But either way, it seems like the adjusting the clock has major health implications. Any advice for people adjusting, springing forward this weekend?
Well, try to go to bed a little earlier on Saturday night. You want to have good sleep hygiene. You try to go to bed at the same time every night. Try to avoid screen time because you're going to have that bright light, again, affecting biochemistry like melatonin. You don't want to eat late at night. And alcohol, even one glass of an alcoholic beverage, glass of wine, will negatively affect your sleep. No question about it. And so if you try to do those things, you'll be better off. If it's still a problem, you need to see someone like me. But at least in my own practice, I try everything short of sleeping pills, because data on sleeping pills is not good in terms of long-term use. I use them short periods of time. But again, you want to try to nip this in the bud naturally.
No alcohol. Doctor's orders. We appreciate you, Dr. Mike. Appreciate you so much today.
Only on special occasions. I don't want to ruin your life.
That's right.
Only on special occasions.
For you, anything.
Love you.
We'll send it back to you.